Welcome to the Ben Daniel Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you today. A storm is brewing in Seattle. The investigation has finally concluded, and what do you know? The law firm hired by the team found that the team did absolutely nothing wrong at all. Why are we not surprised? But the blowback from this botched investigation might be the beginning of the end of the Seattle Storm as we knew them last year. Now, if you guys remember, about 3 weeks ago, Seattle Storm coaches are being investigated by the organization for alleged player mistreatment, a source confirmed to ESPN. Seattle, the Storm, hired a law firm to look into accusations of harassment and bullying by the coaches regarding player performance. Now, this investigation led to a whole can of worms being opened. It brought back old can of worms being opened. One of those old can of worms was a Skylar Diggins quote during her exit interview. I know I may not be everyone's cup of tea in that locker room. This also led to a report being revealed, released, exposed, that WNBPA president Nneka Ogwumike, starting power forward on that team, was excluded from players-only meetings due to a fear of partiality to the coaching staff. So we have Skylar Diggins, we have Nneka Ogwumike, and then even Jewell Loyd's agent chimed in as people are saying this could have been a Nike situation. This could have been a contract incentive situation, Jewell Loyd being harassed situation. When it comes to the Nike contract, Jewell Loyd's agent, Jade Lee English, says, I'm not going back and forth. This is my last comment. I think as someone who negotiated the contract can tell you and confirm that this statement is false, and whomever you're talking to doesn't have the right information. That was regarding to the incentives in Jewell Loyd's contract. Now we fast forward 3 weeks. We get to where we are at today. And what do we find? Surprise, surprise. The Seattle Storm announced Wednesday that an external investigation into reported accusations of harassment and bullying by the team's coaching staff has concluded without finding any violations. The Seattle Storm are off the hook scotch-free. Or are they? Does this now just open up a different can of worms? Oh, so the law firm that you hired to investigate yourselves, surprise, surprise, they said that you did nothing wrong. This is like a NFL team doctor. Oh, no, he doesn't have a concussion. What do you mean he doesn't have a concussion? He doesn't know 1 through 10. He doesn't know A through G. And he can't even tell me what month it is. And you're telling me he doesn't have a concussion? Yeah, but look at him. He's standing and breathing. Oh, you are the concussion expert. Hey, Josh Allen, get your ass back in the game. No different. We could say, but it was a third-party law. It was a law firm that the Seattle Storm said, yeah, we'll pick that law firm to do our investigation. Is the WNBA going to come up behind this mess, hire their own independent law firm to really take a serious look at this matter? Now, the Storm recently received internal allegations of potential workplace violations, read a statement provided to ESPN. The organization retained an outside investigator to conduct an impartial investigation into the allegations. The investigation has been completed and there were no findings of policy violations or any discrimination, harassment, or bullying. To protect the integrity of the process and to preserve confidentiality, we chose not to comment while the investigation was ongoing. The Storm will continue to provide a work environment in which all individuals are treated with respect. Wow. Now, after the report of the investigation initially got released, Jewell Loyd was at the center of some harsh sentiment and shade thrown her way from her teammates. Sports Illustrated goes on to say, an article from Annie Costable, real quick. Annie Costable, she is a reporter for the Chicago Sky, Chicago Sun-Times. She is one of the few real reporters in the WNBA that goes out of her way and hunts down the real story and the meat and potatoes. Loyd, who was drafted by the Storm with the #1 overall pick in 2015 and was named Rookie of the Year, was at the center of the team's investigation after she filed a complaint detailing allegations of harassment and bullying by the Storm's coaching staff. That article goes on to say Loyd's trade request will serve as the catalyst for the Storm's roster overhaul. Loyd was at the center of the Storm investigation. Her future in Seattle was contingent upon a belief that relationships within the organization can be mended. I am going to draw the conclusion, mended not. The relationship is not mended. In fact, the relationship is fractured. Jewell Loyd has requested a trade out of Seattle. Jewell Loyd wants out of Seattle. The Storm, the X-Men may have lost I'm trying here, right? The Storm was brewing was good, but the X-Men and Storm, I'm trying to make it connect. I can't. I tried, I can't. Jewell Loyd is asking out of Seattle. Now, an interesting point. Jewell Loyd, Chicago native. Can she come back to Chicago Sky? Will Chicago go out and get her? She's under contract, folks. So a team needs to go out of their way and trade for her. Kennedy Carter, Jewell Loyd, I don't know. Jewell Loyd asks for a trade, and we are a day away from the expansion draft. I'm assuming she's one of the players that the Seattle Storm cored, so she's definitely heading back to the Storm, whether she likes it or not. Can we float her out as trade bait? Can we get a trade relatively soon? How recently can teams start making trades? How recently can teams start making deals? Now here's something that I want you guys to ask yourselves. Was Jewell Loyd getting bullied, harassed? Is this a situation of she just didn't like the coach's style, felt a certain way, tried to get the coach up out of here, that didn't work out, and now she's like, well, if it's not my way, I might as well take the highway. And now she wants a trade. Was this a hostile takeover attempt of the Seattle Storm? And the Seattle Storm said, not so fast. Not so fast. Put the brakes on there, Jewell. I know you want some things to change around here, and you're mad that your coach is holding you accountable and wants a certain type of effort from you. But this type of hostile takeover to where now we're going into HR, we're filing this complaint, we're filing that complaint, we're putting in that report, we're putting in that report. Oh, now this is now we're getting blackmailed. Okay. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. I appreciate all the support. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. I will so greatly appreciate it. WNBA expansion draft takes place tomorrow. What Indiana Fever players are getting drafted? If Grace Berger's not getting cored, Grace Berger, hate to see you go. Appreciate all the support. As always, take it easy.